Hi there, my name's Cole Anderson, and I'm an Arizona real estate agent who's passionate about helping veterans and active duty service members use their VA loan to achieve their goal of homeownership. If you've ever wondered whether you can qualify for a VA loan, you're in the right place. In today's video, we'll break down the eligibility requirements so we can determine if you're ready to take advantage of this amazing benefit. Stick around because I'll also be sharing some amazing tips and tricks on how to get started. Alright, so who exactly can qualify for a VA loan? The good news is that a VA loan is designed specifically for those who have served our country. You may be eligible if you fall into one of these four categories. The first category is veterans who have served our country and been discharged with conditions other than dishonorable. The second category is active duty service members. If you've served at least 90 continuous days, then you qualify. The third category applies to National Guard and Reserves members. If you've served at least 6 years in the National Guard or Reserves, or you've served 90 days continuously active under Title 10, you qualify. Surviving spouses of veterans who died in service or from a service disability and have not remarried also qualify. If you fall into one of these categories, you're on the right track with this video, but there are some additional requirements to consider. The VA has specific requirements depending on when and how you served, so let's go over a quick breakdown of that. If you served during a wartime, you need at least 90 days of active service. If you serve during a peacetime, you need at least 181 days of continuous active duty. If you served in the National Guard or Reserves, you typically need 6 years of service unless you were activated for 90 days under Title 10. If you're unsure about your service status, your DD 214 discharge document will outline your service dates and conditions. Service eligibility is just the first step, but lenders are also going to look at other factors. The VA doesn't set a requirement for your credit scores, but the lender is going to look at that, and they're going to want to see at least a 580 to a 620 credit score. Obviously, the better the credit score, the more likely you are to qualify. Another benefit of the VA loans is they offer you more flexibility on your debt to income ratio, but you're still going to want to keep that under the 40% mark. You're going to need to get your certificate of eligibility, also called your COE sometimes, and you can get this by asking your lender, or you can request it by mail. This just proves your status and that you're eligible to meet the VA requirements. That being said, if you meet the VA requirements but you're not too sure about the debt to income or your credit score, don't be too worried because the VA is more flexible than the traditional mortgage options. Once we've done these steps and you have a rough idea that you can qualify, the next step will be to get connected with a lender. This is the first real step in the process, and you'll want to look for a lender that is VA qualified and has some history of doing VA transactions. If you don't know any, feel free to ask me about those, and I'll discuss qualifications you should look for in those lenders more in later videos. If you've watched this video and you realize you currently don't qualify for these VA loans, don't get discouraged. There is some ways that you can work on your requirements and come back to it at a later time. In the next video, I'll walk you through a more step-by-step, in-depth process on getting a VA loan all the way from pre-approval through the closing process. If you're finding this content helpful, please consider leaving me a like below. That'll really help to boost engagement and show it to other people who may qualify for their VA loan. If you have questions about the series, feel free to watch the next video on the series here once it's posted, or drop your comments below and I'll be happy to answer those questions or connect you with a lender who could get those questions answered for you. If you've watched all these videos and you think you're ready to use your VA loan and start your home search, please message me privately and we can get that started. Thank you for watching these videos. Once again, click here for the next video and the rest of the video series, and drop your comments below and I'll be happy to answer them. Have a great day.